Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to use my masterboard to make a trifold writing page. And so what I'm going to do here is um, I'm going to use this napkin as my measuring tool for my trifold. And so I'm just going to flip this over to the back and measure. So let's see. So I'm not going to cut this page with the ruler. I'm not going to rip it out by the ruler. I'm just going to cut it because I want a straight line. I don't want any jagged corners. Okay, so it is done. And the reason why I measured it according to the napkin is because I'm going to use the napkin to decoupage in front of this page. But I'm not going to use the top layer. I'm going to actually use the bottom layer. So I'm going to use this white piece. But before that, I'm just going to cut it to size. So the reason why I'm using this napkin to decoupage, this white napkin to decoupage to the top of this right here is because I do have a lot of loose edges from my masterboard. I have a lot of loose edges and I just want to secure all of that in. And so, and then I also think that, the sheer napkin is going to, like, make the, it's going to give the trifold a softer look. And so that's what I'm aiming for, like that. So I want that hazy look, the translucent, I can't pronounce that, translucent look. There you go. Okay, so, but first, instead of using wet glue, I'm gonna use dry glue first, because I find that I like the look of having the dry glue go on first before I use the wet glue. Because with the wet glue, it will, like, shrivel up the napkin a bit, and so that's not something that I like. That's not something that I like for this project. So I'm just gonna go through this really quick with this glue before it dries. So I'm using a lot of glue. Okay, so here I'm just gonna place this on top. So I'm just gonna press it down from one end to the other. So I know that it's not covering all of the edges, but that's fine with me. I just want to get the majority of this page. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the wet glue. So I'm using Eileen's. This is the last bit of it. So I just cut the bottle down to size so that I could reach the glue at the bottom. So my glue is a little bit too thick. I'm just going to add a little dash of water to it. Mix that well. So I've had like this glue for over a year, I think. I'm finally using the last bit of this glue. There you go. It's already peeling off, but that's okay. Almost done. I think I was a little bit too rough on the end right there. That's why it ripped out. So I am applying a lot of glue. Just do what's best for you. This is how I am doing it, and it's working for me, I guess. Since this is pulling off, I'm just gonna go right and do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this to dry. Leave this to dry, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we are back. My masterboard has dried. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna cut off the ends of the napkin. So I am going to leave the outside like this, but the inside I think I'm gonna do a little bit of decorating. So I'm just gonna use black ink. And then I'm gonna go in with a reddish brown um, stain. Stain the corners a little bit. So I think I'm going to also ink the edges of the cover. Okay, so we're done with the stamping and inking, so now we're just going to fold. So I think I want maybe I'll fold it here. Alright, so next I'm gonna I'm using this little tab right here with the hole. This came from a packaging. I don't remember which packaging, but this is a scrap. I'm gonna glue this here, and then on this end I'm gonna tie a ribbon to this end right here for the closure. Okay, so I'm gonna use glue. Just transfer the glue. I don't have the sides too. Okay. And then on the edge right here, I'm gonna glue a piece of lace ribbon on the edge right here. I think I'm gonna use the color yellow. I'll use this one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I should have cutted the ribbon a little bit longer, because later if you see it's gonna be a little bit too short to wrap around the letter. And so, but I'm just gonna do what I can with this, which you will see later on. Okay, and this is going to close like this. Sorry, I had to be back. So, I did tie a knot here earlier, but I undid it. And I'm gonna try to redo this again. Okay, so I'm gonna tie it up again. Okay, that's the knot. So what I'm going to do is I have this spoolie, plastic spoolie that doesn't work with my sewing machine because it's, I don't know, a cheap spoolie. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some hot glue. And then I have this piece of random fabric that I'm going to squeeze into the spoolie. Okay, and then lastly, I'm gonna go back in with the lace that I used earlier, and I'm going to secure it to the ends. I'm gonna do the same to the other side, but I'm just gonna twist my ribbon upward. Okay, that's how it looks. And then I'm just going to tie a knot to secure it. Secure it down. Okay, so it's gonna go in like that. Cute little donut.